Hello, today I'm going to be opening up a box of Nightmare Before Christmas and talking a little bit about the card game. I'm just kind of saying what I know about it and what I've kind of learned to figure out. And this game came out, I think in like 2006. But one of the things I'm going to talk about is why I think it failed. I don't know for sure why, but I can kind of take a guess. The company that makes the card game is called NECA. I can get the camera to focus here on it. Hold on. It's a company from Canada. There it is, NECA. And it's pretty much a cash grab, this whole thing. They just bought the rights to Nightmare Before Christmas, and they just made everything they could. Here's a Jack Skellington. Oh, it is also made by NECA. They just put out a lot of products, and like this water bottle, just logos and things on it. Also match. Oh, what's on the... Yeah, so they didn't put much effort into trying to make it any kind of unique thing. The box is kind of bland. So one of the reasons I think it failed is they didn't really care too much about the game. So right now I'm going to talk about the physical aspects of it and why I think it failed more so than the functionality of playing the game. At least for now. So I've opened up about more than a case of these so far. I just recently got 6 of these boxes on eBay for $25 shipped. Like, the person selling them was just, it was a fire sale. Trying to get rid of these cards, just, no one wants them, they aren't worth anything. But I love the movie, so I'm going to open some. There's 36 packs in a box, 12 cards in each pack. And let's see here. Yep, just more of the same here. See if I can get it to focus a little better. Okay, here we go. And NECA, Nightmare Before Christmas. All the packs are going to be the same. One thing is the card quality on here. It's not good compared to other card games I've seen. I've seen a lot of these cards, they come damaged sometimes, and on the rare too. Now there's no way to tell. Look at that. Cards will be just randomly upside down with no rhyme or reason. But, oh, first pack. Wow. Okay, so they have ultra rares. You get about 4 or 5 in a box, and they are the, like, mythic rarity of the set. In this first set, they have 12 ultra rares, and I've been trying to get one of these, and I opened one recently in my last box, so I'm kind of surprised to get another one so fast. But yeah, Jack Skellington. Looks pretty awesome foil. I give him credit for that. That looks pretty cool. It takes place of a common, so you'll get your uncommons after that, which there's no way to mark them as uncommon. But once you get to the rare, it's going to have this skull up. And that skull means it's a rare. And there's not a whole lot of branding on these cards. They just take screenshots from the movie, which is another reason I think it failed, is there's only a finite number of shots they can take from the movie to make these cards. So they have to start making original art. And I don't believe they're going to put the money into that. So yeah, they kind of made these as cheap as they could. So not a lot to the cards. And the printing, as I can kind of see, they just print them off sheets and cut them and put them all in a row. Because I've got, how many rares? 38 rares in the set. 36 packs in a booster box. And I never really get repeats in the same box of rares. So it's really easy to get a set of cards. And now I'm just going to go quick over some game mechanics. Is you have your locals of Halloween Town. You got your location cards, and you got your creation cards, which are green here, and your surprise cards, which are red. And to talk a little bit about the gameplay mechanics, is actually kind of a fun game. My problem with it is that it's not very interactive with your opponent. You can kind of just play cards and ignore them, and you're taking turns, and it's not very interactive with a card game. And then no matter what, it's going to take 12 days, which is 24 turns between you and an opponent. You can't play more than one player, and it takes longer. The rules are kind of simple, but at the same time, they're kind of complex when they don't explain them very well. It doesn't have quite the in-depth manual that some other card games have. Just random upside-down cards. At least so far, I haven't seen any damage to them. Sometimes I had like a giant gash down the side of one of the cards. Another thing I'm not a fan of is the power level of the rares compared to commons. Playing a rare isn't really going to win you the game more than a common or uncommon well. There isn't really any rares that you need 4 of a lot of these cards actually, since you can only play one of each of the characters from Halloween Town in your Halloween Town. It's not a real reason to stack up on them. So you really only play a couple of each of the cards. I'm trying to play with the focus here. Just kind of show off the rares. So really for me it's just been trying to get more of the foils, since I long have a play set of the rares. Some of the more popular characters have multiple cards at different rarities. A lot of these are just places from the movies, things from the movies, stuff they say, stuff they're doing within the picture. Hitching a ride, throwing a bone. Double dead is actually something they say in the movie. I'm the boogeyman. Gonna do the best I can. Like, there's only a finite number of cards I think they can make for this until they had to be creative. From what I have seen, they were actually planning a 3rd expansion. They did get to another one after this for Christmas Town. The 3rd one was supposed to be real life, which I'm guessing is the people, the actual humans of Christmas Town, or real life. I'm not sure how that works. Okay, I'm starting to see the pattern is like 4 cards and then they just flip. For reasons, I'm not sure. Oh, and then a flip again. Because why not? They just want you to... Oh, a flip. I've also opened up packs where the rare is actually completely facing backwards. Like, the quality on control in this is not very good. Yeah, you get a playset of all the commons in one box. And the problem is a lot of these cards within the game are not very impactful. Like, you are not significantly ahead by playing any one card. And a lot of the cards will affect all players equally. Kind of hard to strategize. Kind of expecting another foil here soon. Just get that Bordeaux box. Jack Skellington. By the next set, they actually do tell you what uncommons are, which helps out a lot. I had to print off a sheet to tell me what the uncommons were, just in case I got them mixed up. Fortunately, I haven't been able to get many boxes of the expansion, because they don't sell them all as a group. They're still really cheap booster boxes, but compared to other card games, but definitely not fire sale, $25 shipped for a case. Here we go. There's another foil here. But the problem is with these foils, the black on it isn't shiny at all, and some of these cards are really dark and does not really show off the foil, but the whole card is foil. I think that's another foil I got in the last box. So yeah, these are not cut the best for their sheets. At least I haven't had any damage. Some of the cards will also have the machine crimping. They just didn't seem like they put a whole lot of design. Like, there's these vampires, and they just have to kind of give them names since they never actually said them in the movie. But all these vampires, there's 4 of them in the movie, 4 of them in the card game. 3 of them are uncommon. 1 of them's a rare. But they all do the exact same thing. They're all the exact same card. Just a different name, different picture. Oh, another foil already, which is another one I got in the last box. So, yeah. Now, if I just remembered what the last one was, I'd be able to predict it. It'll be a surprise. It might have been Oogie Boogie. Might have been Oogie Boogie on an 8-ball as the other foil, so let's see if I get that. Kind of wish that these locales were always uncommon and rare. Like that. Another vampire. Might be the same one. Just because you can only play one of each locale and you can only have 7 total, so there's really not a reason to have a bunch of them. I like this card. Even though he's barely in the movie, doesn't have any part or role. They'll stick these characters in if they can find them on the screen. They'll give them a name. They'll crop the shot out of the movie. They'll put them in there. I'm not a fan of have to flip these. Here's the back of the cards, just in case you're wondering. I think they actually try to have a competitive scene with these. They were giving out promos and had tournaments and stuff. They actually had on the website talking about the tournament decks. And I don't think they had any bannings of any cards, but they added a couple, which is good that at least the company supports Rollings. It's easy to make a game and just make a mechanic that is too good for the game. I could definitely open these a lot faster if I wasn't flipping them around. And careful not to mix up my uncommons. See Jack Skellington as a rare. Then he kind of gets a surname. Jack Skellington, Master of Fright. Then we had Jack Skellington, Demon of Light. Oogie Boogie, meanest guy around. And you can only play one of the characters' names, the first names. You can only have one Jack, so the common is actually the best one, which is kind of boring and sad, this one. I don't think I'm going to get the couple of rares. I didn't get Bunny, and I didn't get something to do with the vampires. It returns all the vampires in hands. I didn't get those two. And thinking that might happen again. The Gatekeeper. Probably didn't even know he was in the movie until seeing his card. So yeah, they definitely would have ran out of characters. And I think these would retail for as much as any other card game. I just don't understand it. Here we have Oogie Boogie, Gamelin Boogeyman. It's the rare Oogie Boogie. I'm expecting we might get a foil one, because that's what I got in my last box, and so far the foils are the same. Look at that. All these surprises in a row. All the red cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are like your instants and sorceries playing Magic. So there's not really instants. There's not really anything you can do on your opponent's turn. There's a little bit, but it's more like Hearthstone, where you just kind of watch them and maybe like a secret will activate. Oh, Got another foil? I was wrong. It's not Oogie Boogie. Sack full of mischief. It's another really dark card. I wish they wouldn't chose such dark art cards to show, because it doesn't show off the foiling. And it's not even a strong card. It's so random. It's so random. Pumpkin Patch. See, this would have been an awesome foil. And they have starter decks. They have 4 of them. I don't know how much they retailed for, but they were all commons and uncommons. They didn't even give you any rares. They had promos that were specific to the promos that you could only get them through events. And that was the only way to get them. I don't know, they weren't very great cards, but they weren't bad. But if you wanted them, then you had to go to the event, so you couldn't get them. Oh, another foil of this box. It does have Oogie Boogie on it, but this isn't the one I was expecting. I was actually expecting to get his card. This one's a little better in foil. It's because there's essentially a white background, which comes out as all foil, but obviously the black one does not. So yeah, up to 5 foils. That's above average. This is probably one of my favorite rares. Just card advantage is always good. And it's still good in this game. Generating resources isn't as good in this game just because it caps out at 6. 6 pumpkin points is what they use in this game, not mana. Like Hearthstone, you're capped at 10. This, you're capped at 6. I don't know if it's the same vampire, but I'm tired of looking at him. Yeah, that's a lot of text there. Some of them are really short and sweet. Some of them are kind of have to read. A lot of the cards will reference. So your deck choices would be kind of bland because you're going to play vampires, probably going to play the deck. So it kind of builds your deck for you. It's getting long. My camera actually cut me off saying the file size was too big, but I just hit record again. Yeah, these locales do not make knowing if the card is upside down or not easy. And you can only have one of each creation item play too, so yeah, they don't want you to buy a whole bunch of these because you can only use one. I really feel like the game mechanics are almost there. They're missing something. Here we go. Here's one of the rares I was missing in my last box. And a lot of these cards, I should say a few, actually seem like more sideboard cards, something you wouldn't play in a main deck, but something in response to if there was vampires, then you play this card. But a lot of cards will have kind of two functions, the surprises, so it's not a dead card. Alright, almost to the bottom. Lock, shock, no barrel. And here's the Easter Bunny I was missing from my last box. But so far, no duplicates of the rare, so I'm going to miss two other rares. $12 ultra rares, and now I have 5 of them from this box alone. Here we go. Here's the rare vampire. Same as the uncommons. Zero. And he costs 0. One of the promos was Zero's Doghouse. Kind of wish that was a real card. Just that I could open. Gotta be really careful with this common stack now. Don't want it to fall over. Yeah, thought I saw damage. I think in my last box it was at my first pack. So it might be the last pack on here. I think cards are more prone to having damage. Maybe I just missed it because I'm watching it through my camera, but I don't think so. It's kind of obvious. Well, I got a duplicate. Which means I'm missing 3 rares instead of only 2. Alright, last pack. I swear it's the same vampire, but they do have other ones. Alright, so it was a 5-fold box. Got a bunch of uncommons, a bunch of commons, and a whole bunch of empty packs. Just gonna go over the foils real quick again. Definitely love the Jack Skunk. Alright, hope you enjoyed. I also wanted to show off, for quality control, I opened this in a pack. I'm guessing it's some sort of a color check, color correction, making sure all the colors work on the printing head. Because it still has a back to it. And, yeah, definitely should not have put that in a pack, but they did.